Hello there everyone and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Mania Legends. So we actually got super duper lucky earlier because on my first try I was trying to go for the new dragon of the week, the Hippie Dragon, and we actually managed to get the 16-hour breeding time for it, and so I sped it up and put the egg straight into our hatchery. So now we actually do have a new Hippie Dragon ready to add to our collection in about 19 hours and 50 minutes. I mean, we already had a Hippie Dragon anyway, like over here in our light den. We already had little Jerry with us, but you know, we've got a second one now. I don't know whether we'll be keeping it, but you know, super duper lucky, even though I didn't really need it. So, you know, it is what it is, but I'm gonna go and try and breed for the Briar again, because we do this every time. Start breeding, 4 hours 47 minutes is not what we want, obviously. But today we're going to be doing a little tour of all of our islands, because it's something I haven't done in a while. But first of all, I'm going to hatch our Calavera Dragon as well, because the Calavera, you need to be VIP level 8, I believe. I think it is. It's either VIP level 6 or level 8, but we got this fatty again. And I don't really plan on keeping him, so I'm just going to sell him outright there. Sorry, but you took way too long to breed and hatch, so I don't want you here. But quickly before we do that as well, we'll just claim our gold, or our prize from the volcano at least. Oh, common chests, thank you. But, you know, if I do a little tour... Oh, that's super lucky as well. We are only one shot away. Ooh! Gosh, you guys are giving me so much luck today. We get the Hippie, we got a shard, literally just one more seal of Dragonfire and we are done. But I thought, you know, we might as well do a little bit of a look around my islands, because I haven't done one in quite a while. And I know a lot of people just seem to like it for whatever reason. So we're just going to be going through all of our mini islands and taking a look at what's going on. But thank you for the luck. You guys are so nice. Mwah! I love you guys. But there we go, we'll claim this as well. So obviously we're going to start off on our main island here. And the reason that I have all of these as legendary habitats, no particular reason apart from the fact that I just wanted to showcase all of my legendaries as easily as possible to anyone that like goes on to the friends list and decides to visit me. So I just wanted everyone to see all the legendaries that I have straight away. And obviously I have my gold vault, my breeding den, and my hatchery all on the same island, and the academy actually, just to make it super easy for me to click all the stuff that I need to straight away. I don't have my farms here, they're over on that side, but like in this island here we've just got all legendary habitats and a Christmas habitat that has the reindeer and the Jingle Dragons in them, so they're the Christmas themed ones. Then we have Andy, which is obviously the Autumn Dragon, and our Stash Dragon here. Then we have Reptar and the Pixel in this one, so two very strong guys as well. And then our other main legendary team member, which is our Lantern, is down here with the Epic Sage Dragon actually. They kind of look really similar to me, like both red, Chinese mythology. I believe they are both related to that at least. Maybe one's like a different country. I don't know, maybe I'm being really horrible or like racist saying that, but that's why they're in the same one. Then I have the Torch Dragon in here with our Cheerleader. I'll probably have to move the Cheerleader soon, but the reason I put them together is like Olympics, and I consider the Cheerleader like his little mascot, so they're just together. The Golden Dragon's just in here with a stupid baby wind-up. I will never, ever by choice level this guy up again, because I just love his baby form and he just toots around everywhere. But the Golden Dragon's just in there because I don't know where else to put it. Same with the TikTok here. Don't know where else to put him, so he's just like here. We have a Tree Dragon here. I don't think I actually need him, but I don't remember. I'm just going to leave him there in case. And we do have two Love Dragons on this island as well. We've got our baby and our adult. I should probably put them in the same habitat, but I'll probably end up selling the baby eventually. And then in this habitat here we have the spooky scary skeleton with the terrifying crystal as well. So it's kind of like little themes in each of these, if you want to think about it that way. Then we got our Vortex and Dark Machine that I consider to be like the same sort of thing, because they're all purpley and scary. So that's what is going on with this island here. And we have all of our decorations from past events on this island as well. just because I don't know where else to put them. It looks awful, don't get me wrong, but I just like keeping everything here just in general to like go, hey, remember the Christmas event? Or hey, remember the Easter event? Hoppy Bunny. That's cute, but yeah, it's just all there and I'll just keep filling it up until we don't have any space left, basically. And then if we head on over to our left-hand side, I put all of our temples on this island with the Wildfire Marsh, just because I found that to be one of the better places to put them. You can move them over to this island or onto the Volcano Island as well, but this worked out better for what I was doing at the time. Don't remember why. But this just has a bunch of random fire dragons in it, and the reason I have fire habitats is because if we ever get a castle event, then I can collect the gold out of these super quick. I could do it with a higher tier habitat as well, but just can't be bothered, to be honest. But we do have Pep, which was the member of our original main team here, level 30 still, almost fully upgraded. But, you know, he's only a rare, so there's only so much that he could do. I have my favourite dragon in the whole game here, which is the Imperial Little Soul. Oh, I do love this guy. I wish I could put him in. I should probably move him over here along with the wind-up, because they're like the favourite adult, favourite baby form dragons, so maybe I'll do that eventually. And then we have like our Ginger Dragon here, which is also a Christmas dragon. We have the Mutant, which obviously you could breed last week. We have the Champion Dragon, which was an awesome, weird, limited time event thing. And he was the Dragon of the Week with a super easy breeding combo, so that was pretty cool. And then we've got the Golden Green Dragon, which is... I also really like this guy, just because of his bright colours. And then we have the Elephant, which was a Dragon of the Week, but we got him from the summer event from last year, which was pretty dope as well. And they are the most noteworthy dragons over here as well. I mean, we have the Cherry Blossom and the Seahorse as well, but I don't really care about those too much. Then if you move on over to Ancient Palace Island, so the foresty island, then over on the right hand side we have the Superhero, which took quite a lot of effort to obtain, obviously. Now another enchantment dragon, which was Origami, which I really like. Then obviously we have Dean, our clay dragon, which we still use to this day, but he will be replaced with different dragons very soon. And then we do have the Bunt dragon. You know, he's just an adorable little guy, and he was there to celebrate DML's birthday celebrations in last year and this year as well. He was part of some sweepstakes, so he's a nice looking guy. And then over in these dragons here, probably my favourites out of this little set here would... I don't even know. Like, I don't really particularly like any of them. The Cottontail, obviously, is such a weird design, because it's just a, what is it, a Nightshade dragon in a costume, which is adorable. But if you do get your food out, then it does hop around everywhere like a silly little bunny. I mean, it does look a bit derpy with its arms, but apart from that, you know, cool looking dragon and an interesting costume idea. Really do like that. And then over on the top left, we have our Zen Garden, and we have our Boss Habitat, which is the only one that I own actually, with La Fontaine in it. I bought him for 100 gems, like way back when he was on a giga sale, and I just keep him on the little square plateau thing there just to highlight him. But we do have some pretty sweet dragons here. We have the Beetle, which I'm a big fan of. We have the Sparkler Dragon, which I really like, and we got that as part of a special event. And then the Fireball, which obviously pretty much everyone got for free, which was interesting. Then the Jiang Dragon. He's another one of my favourite guys, along with the Imperial. It's such a shame that this guy's typing sucks, just like the Imperials, but, you know, I guess that's what you get for getting good luck in stuff. And then obviously we've got the Little Angel, which was part of the Christmas event stuff. We have the Little Chick Diem, which is basically the dragon that I consider to be like my dragon, because, you know, quackalakes, quack, duck, chicken. I don't know how it got there, but I kind of consider this like my guy, if you want to think about it that way. So this is kind of more like what I would be if I were to be transformed into something. Then we do have the Scribble Dragon, which was a really interesting guy as well. And then over here we got the Cupcake, which was part of the calendar event. The Cupid Dragon, which I believe we bought as part of a Valentine's Day bundle, or something along those lines. We just recently got the Rosy Dragon, of course, from the last solo event. We just bought the Shamrock as well. I love his design. Then up in the top left, no one really too noteworthy. We do have our old team member, Nost, the clownfish, if you remember those days. The only dragon that we have ever babified, and the only one that I will ever babify ever again, because I found it very annoying. And then finally we do have the Crusader, which I'm a big fan of as well. And his type is actually not that bad for a rare. Shadow and Metal, which, you know, pretty good, all in all. And so we've done all the left-hand side, so we'll start off with the most boring one, which is the Skull Gate, or, like, Sand Island. So the most noteworthy one here is probably the Steampunk, which obviously you get for completing the regular map. So you get him as the reward, so he's a pretty awesome dragon to get. And we do have the Torpedo as well. Obviously, you just get him for going up in the arena rankings, but pretty solid guy. And then the Chef Dragon, which looks ridiculous. Look at him, he's got the stereotypical mustache, hat, apron, stupid spoon. Such a dummy. And then we have Flap, our old team member as well, which is the Radiant Dragon, which obviously you just get that for logging in for a little bit, so nothing too important, but still a decent guy for when you can obtain him. The Tempest Dragon, which is also a login reward dragon. Then the Sweet Treat, which is what you got as part of the Easter event last year. So obviously any dragon that's like part of an event, like special stuff, it's obviously going to be pretty rare. Then we've got Terra Tiger Dragon. I believe he was the first epic dragon that we ever bred, and we kept him for such a long time. But this guy, you know, we just don't really need to use him anymore. And then we got our Piggy Bank, Golem, and Gentleman Dragons. I actually think all of these guys are pretty cool, to be honest. So there's none in particular that I go, ooh, what a cool guy. And then over here we've got another team member, which was our Coral Dragon. So we did have the Clownfish and Coral as part of a team at one point. But apart from that, all of these guys are normal, and obviously the Mountain Dragon is part of Friendship Milestones as well. And then I'm going to head on over to the top left-ish. Well, technically that's the top left, so just top. And we're heading on over to the Polar Island, and on this I've just put in all my Void habitats and Light and Shadow ones over here. We do have some very nice dragons over on this side. So at the bottom we have the Wizard and the Polar Bear, which was a very nice Dragon of the Week. And obviously he was as easy to breed as the Champion Dragon was, but very nice, and he was part of the Show Your Paws event, which brought in a lot of new players thanks to some big YouTubers, not YouTubes, but YouTubers like Graveyard Girl and stuff like that, so they brought in a lot of new player base, actually. And then, I always forget that we have the Slam Dunk. For whatever reason, I always think that we never bred him, but it turns out we actually did, so I guess I need to actually remember in future that we do have that dragon, in fact. I don't know. I guess I'm just stupid, but the Phoenix is also a really nice dragon as well. I am a fan of the Phoenix. He doesn't have any arms either, which I just find really adorable. And then we got the Monk in there. We have the Hypoestes, which is an enchantment breedable dragon. The Agent, which is the first arena dragon that you can earn. And then the Cosplay, which is actually the Diamond 1 arena award, I believe it is. Then we got the Robo Cluck, and then we have the Hellfire and Disco Ball Dragons both in this habitat here, so some more enchantment guys. Anything that's an enchantment dragon has taken forever to get. Another Calavera, the Pharaoh, which is a login bonus, the Blue Flame, the Werewolf, which is the Enchantment League reward for getting to 1,000 points. Very nice looking guy, actually, and I find his typing very interesting. Shadow, Plan, and Void. I just really like it. It really suits him. I actually do like the Werewolf quite a lot, or Wolf, as they call it. And then got our Jelly, we have the Crone Dragon, which we actually did manage to get out of the dungeon, thank goodness. If I didn't get this, I probably would have lost my brain, or gone off at least. Then up here we have some more Christmas event dragons, so we have the present and the snowman. I'm so glad the card pieces for the snowman actually came back so soon after the event, because I was one piece away from getting this guy, and then the card packs came out. I was like, oh, thank goodness gracious. And then the dainty dragon that we didn't breed, I was given this in particular, and I'm very happy because this is a very nice dragon, and obviously it sort of is like Timia's dragon from Gameloft. That's who she would be if she was a dragon. Then finally we have the Treater Dragon and the Quadwing, which are also two pretty hard to get dragons, and then the Liberty, which a very random dragon that popped up for us, but interesting. Then the Sylvan, which is a random rare that we got. And then this habitat here is probably my favourite, because not only does it have the ceramic, which really blends in with the habitat, but we also have two Firefly dragons in this habitat, because when I was hatching my Firefly, the game actually glitched out and then made me leave the game, and when I came back in, we were given a second one. And obviously you're only meant to get the Firefly for logging in for a whole year, and somehow I've managed to get two of them, so I am never going to be getting rid of both of them, because that is just such a ridiculous bug. I can't believe I got a duplicated dragon out of something like that. And then finally, my favourite island probably is the turtle. Look at him, with his little nostrils. He's having a nice snooze. And then on here, obviously, we have all of our shadow and light dragons. So, to start off, we have the Kongming and the Sunrise dragons as part of the Chinese New Year celebrations from last year. And very nice typing on the Sunrise and Kongming, actually. Like, shadow, light, and fire. Very, very strong epic. Still not as good as some legendaries. Then we have the Summer Dragon from the Summer event, which has a nice design. The Horn Dragon, which is an extremely strong epic as well, along with our Track Dragon. Then we have Mile, the Submarine. You know, I always forget that the Submarine Dragon is a thing, but I really do like him in general. He's just so sweet. Then we have the Mummy Dragon, which I've always liked, with our Frostbite in there too. The Emperor is in this one. The Echo, which seems to be available all the time. And obviously he's called Batman because you guys wanted me to call him that. So there's the thinking behind that. We have some rando guys here. Some more randos. We have the Rock Snake, which was part of the very first castle event, which obviously people hated with a burning passion, but very weird design. He looks like the Pixel Dragon, but from, like, even more vintage. It's very, very weird design. It doesn't look like it should be in DML, but I'm glad it is, because it's just so strange. And then, obviously, next to us, we do have the Castle Dragon, which was the main reward for the original castle event, which everyone lost their socks about, and raged for centuries. I mean, I got the guy, so, heh, get wrecked. Get wrecked, scrubs, I got him. Now, but if you didn't manage to do it, you know, I can understand that. That event was brutal. We did get him, so I'm pretty happy about that. And he's in there with the ninja, which I'm pretty stoked about as well. Then we have the Unicorn Dragon, which is a lot of people's favourites, actually. And, you know, he does look very nice. And with our Frosty and Fossil Dragons, which we're going to be using to breed some legendaries soon. And then, obviously, we have our Hippie that we bred forever ago in this habitat, along with the classical. We have the Gem Dragon, which was the first dragon I ever bought with money outright, rather than trying to breed it, I believe. So he's actually kind of a momentous dragon that began my spending spree in this game, which is very sad. Then in this one we have some more Christmas dragons with the Helper and the Holly Dragons. The Holly is rated one of the most ugly looking dragons in the game, and you could probably tell why because of his, like, disgusting teeth. I mean, there's nothing, like, grouchy about them, and there's no blood or anything, but he is kind of ugly. Then we have the Medalist Dragon as well, which goes along with our legendary Torch Dragon, but interesting elements on him, light, plant, and metal. which is pretty good. Then we got the Carnival and the Dice Dragon, which was, again, part of the castle event that everyone hated. So we did get all 3 of those dragons, so I am pretty happy that we got all of them. And then to finish it off, we've just got these 2 habitats here, with the Paladin Dragon, which used to be one of my favourite epics, but, you know, I get so many pieces for him instead of the dragons that I want now that I just hate the guy. I hate seeing your pieces. Go away. Don't want you anymore. So problematic. But that is pretty much everything to do with my islands and every dragon that I have ever bred since the beginning. But, I mean, you have to think about it this way. Everyone's journey just starts off with a fire dragon, and then over a 2-year period, we've managed to breed every single one of these dragons as thanks to that one dragon. So that is actually pretty insane. And, you know, I know it has been a long video, but 276 dragons. It has been a very, very long journey, and obviously we've sold a lot of dragons as well, but, you know, a big collection that we're going to keep building on as much as we can, and gaining more player levels so that we can buy more habitats and all that sort of thing. But it has been a very long journey, and I have been recording since day 1 with all of you guys as well. So, you know, I've got to thank you all. It's thanks to all of you guys that I have the motivation to keep going with this game every day. So, you know, we'll keep breeding some stuff. We'll keep going for the legendary Briar and all that jazz. And we will be hatching our hippie soon as well. But, you know, for now, I'm still waiting on the new card pack dragon. Some people are saying it's the armory. I don't know if that's true, but, you know, I guess we'll wait and see. But for now, everyone, hope you enjoyed our mini islands tour. And, you know, delving into some very old teammates and stuff like that. But, you know, let me know what you think. And leave a like if you liked looking at everyone today. But until next time, I will see you then.